What's poppin'? What's going on YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and the channel to grow overall. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and I post every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. I want to apologize to the Baltimore Ravens. I said roughly about 4 or 5 weeks ago when they lost to the Cleveland Browns, they were no longer an elite team. Now recently, I did have them as a top 5 team in the NFL in my most recent Who Can Win the Super Bowl video, and a top 5 NFL team. So since then, I've realized that, but I've never said it publicly. The Ravens are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Cleveland is just a mess. I wanted to get that out the way. Also, the Patriots, I thought they were going to go undefeated on the season. That obviously has changed based on the Patriots game versus the Ravens last Sunday. So I had to get those things out of the way. By the way, I do apologize for getting this video out to you guys kind of late. I really wanted to get out to you guys yesterday, but I had some things going on. But either way, let's talk about this Ravens and Patriots game. Man, shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. As I mentioned, they're legit. And I got to tell you, the Ravens, they destroyed the Patriots from start to finish. Destroyed them. And, you know, I had a lot of takeaways from this game, but the biggest takeaway I have from this game is that my belief that I said about a week ago, that the Ravens are the biggest threat to the Patriots, is true. I like the Colts, but not quite there. They never can really beat Tom Brady. Houston Texans, I love Deshaun Watson. He's great, he's amazing, but no more J.J. Watt for the season. He's out. And Bill O'Brien, their coaching staff, their secondary, I got questions. The Chiefs are a great matchup for the Patriots, but I don't know if that defense and that running game is going to be good enough to beat the Patriots. Can Andy Reid get over that hump? I don't know. The Ravens, I don't have a whole lot of questions. I really don't. What the Ravens have that makes me believe that they can actually beat the Patriots in the playoffs, and why I believe they're the biggest threat to knock out the Patriots and stop them from getting to the Super Bowl, is they have a great head coach. Okay, listen, in order to beat the Patriots, you're going to have to try to at least somewhat outcoach them, okay? I've seen way too many coaches have a terrible game plan and be scared coaching versus the Patriots. You have to be able to adjust in-game versus the Patriots. Sean McVay last year couldn't adjust in-game. Anthony Lynn last year in the playoffs, the Chargers head coach, he was unprepared and prepared a terrible game plan for his team. John Harbaugh's a Super Bowl winning coach. They have that. They have to have the dynamic young quarterback. I don't love Lamar Jackson as much as I love Deshaun Watson. I don't love him as much as I love a healthy Patrick Mahomes, but he's good enough. And he provides a new dynamic that I think Bill Belichick has at times struggled with. This is one of the few times a young quarterback has really had some success versus a Bill Belichick defense the first time he sees it. Usually young quarterbacks, when they see Bill Belichick's defense for the first time, they struggle. Lamar Jackson, man, that guy was unbelievable. Lamar Jackson was accurate. He made great decisions. He was throwing the ball down the field. He threw it on time. He didn't look confused. He looked prepared. And the Ravens provided a great game plan that allowed him to showcase his ability to throw the football and run the football. Lamar Jackson is a top 3 MVP candidate this year. He can beat you running the football. He can beat you throwing the football as well. He's a great player. The Ravens have something there. Okay, also, I believe you need to have a great running game and a great offensive line to match with the Patriots. You need to be able to control the clock to keep Tom Brady and Bill Belichick Tom Brady and the Patriots offense off the field. The best way to, neutralize Tom Brady is not have him on the field. That's the best way. Tom Brady can't complete fourth quarter comebacks if he's not on the field consistently. The Ravens controlled the ball for 37 minutes in that game. The time of possession for the Ravens was lopsided in that game. To me, I'm looking at one of the top 5 offensive lines in all of the NFL right now, the Baltimore Ravens. So they have that. They also had the secondary. Adding Marcus Peters was a much needed acquisition for this team. Ever since they acquired Marcus Peters, this defense has been much better, guys. It's been much better. It was struggling early, but they went to Seattle. He got a pick 6. He's been great for that team ever since. The Ravens, they don't necessarily have a great pass rush, in my opinion. Their pass rush is okay. They definitely missed Zadarius Smith from last year and Terrell Suggs, but the best thing you can do to neutralize that is to have a great secondary. And they have 4 legitimate defensive backs. Earl Thomas had a great interception versus Tom Brady. Okay. Jimmy Smith, he's great. He's now back. Marlon Humphrey's great. And Marcus Peters is a legitimate number 1 cornerback. So you got Marlon Humphrey, who can be a number 1 corner, is now your number 2, and Jimmy Smith is a great number 3 corner, and you got Marcus Peters and Earl Thomas as well. So that secondary is loaded, and they also tackle. They don't beat themselves. They will tackle you. They don't miss tackles. It's a sound defense, okay? And let's not forget, guys, the Ravens had the number 1 scoring offense in all of the NFL. They can run the football. They can pass the football when they need to. They have 2 great tight ends in Mark Andrews and Hayden Hurst, okay? Marquise Hollywood Brown's a great dynamic wide receiver that they drafted. They got some weapons, not the elite weapons that, you know, that Kansas City has or Houston has. But again, when you run the football and you have a great offensive line and a great running quarterback, it doesn't necessarily matter. They're putting up a lot of great points too. And they just showed you versus the arguably a top 3 defensive football in the Patriots, they can put up 37 points in a heartbeat, okay? So I just named you about 4, 5, 6 things that you absolutely need in order to knock out the Patriots. And the Ravens, they check pretty much almost all those boxes with flying colors. And again, they showed it to you. They punched the Patriots right in the mouth. 17-0 right out the bat. And also, guys, it could have even been worse because the Ravens had a missed field goal, and they also had a muff punt, which gave the Patriots pretty much easy 7 points where they had the ball at the 20-yard line. And then it was pretty much just easy to score right there. They only got to drive 20 yards to get a touchdown. Tom Brady's going to take advantage of that every time. And they also created 2 turnovers. They rattled Tom Brady. They ran the ball down their throat, and they just came and looked like the better team. So with all that being said, can the Ravens beat the Patriots come playoff time? Can they do it? And I'm going to say no. I want to say yes. I'm rooting that someone like the Texans, that someone like the Ravens can beat the Patriots come playoff time, but I just don't see it. I think that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are going to go back to the drawing board. They're going to look at what happened. They're going to say, hey, Lamar Jackson, it was nice what you did, but you got to do it twice. And it's probably going to have to be in Foxborough. It would be probably a totally different game if that game was going to be played. If that game was played in Foxborough, it probably would have been a different outcome. And again, the Ravens, they're a great team. They're really good. But Lamar Jackson, last year versus the Chargers, the second time he faced him in the playoffs, he looked god-awful. He looked terrible. Lamar Jackson, I have serious questions about Lamar Jackson beating and having the same success versus a Bill Belichick defense twice, because Bill Belichick is going to find a way to confuse him come playoff time. He's going to throw some curveballs at him. He's going to make some adjustments. And I guarantee you the Patriots are going to start off much, much faster. And the Ravens did not get to 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 8 a lot in that game versus the Patriots. But when they did, they weren't able to convert. So if the Patriots have success versus the Ravens on 1st down and 2nd down and make them go, I don't know, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, instead of consistently 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 4, I don't know if Lamar Jackson, this offense, can deliver. The Ravens are built to play with a lead. They're not great coming from behind, in my opinion, because they're a run-first football team. And run-first football teams, they want to dictate the pace of the game. I don't think that Baltimore is a quick striking offense. They're a methodical, good offense. They're the number 1 scoring offense in all of football. So they can strike you at times with Marquise Hollywood Brown deep, Lamar Jackson with some long runs. They can, hit you with some big plays, but not consistently. And my thing is, I don't know if you get those. I don't know if they're down, let's say 10-0 early in the game, they fall behind 13-0, 13-3. I don't know if they're coming back, because I don't think the Patriots are relinquishing that lead. They will get after Lamar Jackson. They will throw curveballs at him. They will make him beat them another way. I guarantee you that Bill Belichick is going to make Lamar Jackson a lot more uncomfortable the next time he sees him come postseason time if the Ravens and Patriots were able to meet. So I just have serious questions about the Ravens if they fall behind early. If the scripted game plan is not working out, how good will they be? I just think the Patriots, I've seen Bill Belichick, I've seen Tom Brady do it too many times. And when's the last time you've seen a good young quarterback beat a Bill Belichick and Tom Brady led team in the playoffs? It's very rare that it happens. And again, I thought last year, Patrick Mahomes, the guy threw 50 touchdown passes in a season. He was spectacular. He couldn't do it. And I love Lamar Jackson, but I don't think he's on that Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson type level. If the Ravens had someone like Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes on their team, then we'd be talking. Because Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, they're different as far as throwing the football. And at some point, you're going to have to convert a lot of tough tight window throws to beat the Patriots, okay? I just don't think Lamar Jackson is going to quite be able to do that. But again, the Ravens are a very good team. And also, I want to mention the schedule, because the schedule for the Baltimore Ravens is really, really hard going forward. They're most likely going to have to go to Foxborough in the playoffs to face the Patriots, okay? The Ravens' upcoming schedule will feature the Bengals, Deshaun Watson and the Texans, at the Rams, the 49ers, at the Bills, after facing the 49ers. So really in between there's a 4-game stretch where they play 4 really, really sound good defenses and good quarterbacks in Deshaun Watson, Jared Goff, Jimmy G, and I don't think Josh Allen's a great quarterback, but that Buffalo Bills defense is something to be had. And they got to face them on the road, okay? Then they face the Jets, and then at the Browns. The Browns, I know they're not a great team, but that's not going to be an easy win. The Baltimore Ravens lost to this Browns team earlier in the season, and also they have to face the Steelers the last game of the season. So if I had to bet money, when I look at the Patriots' upcoming schedule, they get the Philadelphia Eagles, who have been the model of inconsistency, off a bye week, okay? Then they get the Dallas Cowboys at home, and I do not for one second think that Dak Prescott is beating Tom Brady. They get at Deshaun Watson and the Texans. That might be a tough game, but I can see the Patriots winning that game. They get the Chiefs at home. They get the Bengals at home. They get the Bills at home, and then they get the Dolphins the last game of the season. So the back half of the Patriots schedule is really, really easy. So I'm going to bet my money that the Patriots finish the season around 14-2, roughly 13-3. The Ravens will probably finish with about 12-4, 11-5 record. That's just my opinion. Okay, the Patriots already have a 1-game lead on them still, even though this game went the way it did. So that's my thing about the Ravens. They're not going to beat the Patriots. But I want to address the Patriots a little bit right here, because the Patriots can be had. And what this game told me was that the Patriots are not the best team in football, and that they're struggling versus good teams. Because we've seen them beat the Redskins, we've seen them beat the Jets, the Dolphins, the Steelers, who've been a mess this year. We've seen them face a lot of not very good teams, and they've rolled through that competition. But the 2 playoff teams that they faced this year, in the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens, they struggle mightily, especially on offense, guys. Okay? The Ravens, they pushed the Patriots around. They dominated the Patriots up front. They ran the ball down their throat. They didn't even look like they were as athletic as the Ravens, or as fast as the Ravens, or as strong as the Ravens. The Ravens looked like the better team. They really did. And the Buffalo Bills, they pushed them all over the field. The Patriots only managed to score 16 points versus a very good Buffalo Bills defense. And the Ravens defense also held the Patriots offense in check. Tom Brady, this running game, this offensive line, and these wide receivers, I have serious questions about. And the thing about the Bills was, if anyone besides Josh Allen and Matt Barkley were the quarterbacks for the Bills would have easily won that game and blown them out. Easily. Not even close. And the Patriots, I like Julian Edelman. I like Mohamed Sanu. But if those are your 2 biggest threats on the outside, I'm not too worried. I'm really not. Sonny Michel in this running game have not quite got going this year. And Tom Brady, he's getting old. He looks old at times. When Tom Brady gets pressured, when he gets off his spot, he's not the same quarterback. Tom Brady is no longer that same quarterback that can just turn water into wine every single week. I think that this is a rare situation where Tom Brady needed an Antonio Brown on his team. He needs potentially DeAndre Hopkins on the team to make him look a little bit better, because Tom Brady, to me, is a limited quarterback. And Bill Belichick does a great job of hiding Tom Brady's inefficiencies. But again, Tom Brady is 40 plus years old. He didn't look too good at the second half of the season last year. He's on that same trajectory this year. And in the NFC, he's going to potentially have to face a team like New Orleans, like Green Bay, like potentially San Francisco, like potentially Seattle. With Russell Wilson playing the way that he's playing, Tom Brady is more closer to the 10th or 12th best quarterback in football than he is to being an elite quarterback right now. Tom Brady's been nothing special this year. And to keep it $150, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Watson are all playing better football at the quarterback position than Tom Brady in his own conference. Not to mention Aaron Rodgers balling on the other side. Not to mention Russell Wilson balling on the other side. Not to mention Drew Brees looking better than ever the last week. So, if you have a great running game, which the Packers the 49ers, the Saints, the Seahawks have. If you have a quarterback and an offense that's elite and not going to turn the football over, which is something the Packers, the Saints, the 49ers, the Seahawks have, if you have those things, you can beat this Patriots team. If you have a good defense that can get after Tom Brady, those are some of the things that New Orleans, Green Bay, and San Francisco, and Seattle at times kind of has. So I don't see a team that's an young and coming team like the Rams were last year. Maybe the 49ers, because I do think the 49ers are really similar to the Rams last year with Jared Goff, the up and coming quarterback, Jimmy G, the up and coming quarterback. You got Todd Gurley, the great running game. You got Matt Breida. You got Telvin Coleman, the great offensive line. If the 49ers were to face the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I would probably pick the Patriots. But if you have to face the Seattle Seahawks with Russell Wilson playing the way he's playing, or Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, or Drew Brees in New Orleans to me is the best team in football right now, undisputedly. The Patriots are going down. They're not going to beat those teams, in my opinion. And again, it could be the Patriots are just that great. They can make up for it in the playoffs of football switch. But the only thing about the Patriots that I will hold back on is saying that last year, they were undefeated versus playoff teams. Last year, they struggled versus the bad teams, and they beat the good teams. This year, they're beating the bad teams, but struggling versus the playoff teams. So that's my biggest beef with the Patriots. The two legit teams that they've gone against, they've struggled a lot. And that's really concerning. But again, I trust Bill Belichick. I trust Tom Brady. I trust this defense to get things right and to fix some holes. And I trust them to beat Baltimore. I trust them to beat Deshaun Watson, the Houston Texans. I trust them to beat Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I trust them to come out the AFC. But Super Bowl, we might be a tad bit over our heads. But again, great win for the Ravens. Patriots, still nothing to be worried about. That game was still manageable. It was out of hand at times, but the Patriots were right there at times. I think the Patriots are still going back to the Super Bowl, so let me know what you guys have to say in the comment section. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.